In this video, we will be writing a binomial as a product of its factors symbolically. What is the product A outside of B plus C? Let's use a rectangular model made up of the blue rectangle and the orange rectangle. The area of the entire figure would be the width A times the length B plus C, which is the area of the blue piece, which is A times B, plus the area of the orange piece, which is A times C. Hence, we get A outside of B plus C equals AB plus AC. In effect, we distribute the A to the B and the A to the C. Moving forward, A, B, and C can be monomials. The distributive property is very valuable when checking your factoring results. Let's multiply a monomial and a binomial using the distributive property. Here's an example. What is the product of 4 and C plus 3? 4 outside of C plus 3, we distribute the 4 to the C to get 4C, and then we distribute the 4 to the 3 to get 4 times 3. Our final answer is 4 outside of C plus 3 equals 4C plus 12. Here's a second example. You may hit pause and try this one yourself. What is the product of 2x outside of x plus 7? Using the distributive property again, we distribute the 2x to the x to get 2x times x, and the 2x times the 7 to get 2x times 7. Our final answer is 2x outside of x plus 7 is 2x squared plus 14x. Now that we have looked at multiplying using the distributive property, let's reverse our thinking and consider factoring a binomial symbolically. Here's an example. Factor 4c plus 12. Looks familiar, right? So 4c plus 12, we can use a factor tree. 4c and 12 have a common factor of 2, so we can write it as 2 times 2c plus 6. But 2c and 6 have a common factor of 2, so we can bring down the earlier 2, and we can write this as 2 times c plus 3. 2 times 2 is 4, and of course 4c plus 12 can now be factored as 4 outside of c plus 3. Here's an alternate method for factoring 4c plus 12. The two terms in 4c plus 12 are 4c and 12. 4c can be factored as 2 times c. 12 can be factored as 2 times 3. The greatest common factor is 2 times 2, which is 4. So now 4c plus 12 equals 4, the common factor, times, inside the brackets is a c, and then plus 3. So 4c plus 12 can be factored as 4 outside of c plus 3. Let's factor a binomial of degree 2 symbolically. Here's another example. Factor 15y subtract 10y squared. The two terms in 15y subtract 10y squared are 15y and negative 10y squared. The 15y can be prime factored as 3 times 5 times y. The negative 10y squared can be factored as negative 2 times 5 times y times y. Part of the greatest common factor is 5, and the other part is y. So the greatest common factor is 5 times y, which is 5y. Now we can write 15y subtract 10y squared as our common factor of 5y. And in the set of brackets, let's figure out what goes in there. It would be a 3, and then for the second term, it would be a negative 2 times y, which is negative 2y. So 15y subtract 10y squared is fully factored as 5y outside of 3 subtract 2y. As mentioned earlier, the distributive property is a great way to check your factoring. So let's check the product 5y outside of 3 subtract 2y. 5y outside of 3 subtract 2y, we distribute the 5y to the 3 to get 5y times 3. And we distribute the 5y to the negative 2y to get plus 5y times negative 2y. So 5y outside of 3 subtract 2y is 5y times 3, which is 15y. And then 5y times negative 2y is negative 10y squared. This agrees with the original factoring. Please proceed to the next video in this lesson, and thank you for viewing.